have so many challenges that we are facing as a people, but we are looking at SMEs, we are looking at businesses as part and parcel of this solution. Sustainability means doing good as good business. And what does that mean? It means that the challenges that our world is facing today, may it be about population growth, may it be about climate change, may it be about environmental degradation, may it be about human rights, may it be about diversity, all those issues, in a way, we can actually be able to handle them as an add-on into our businesses, not as philanthropy. We are not doing this as CSR. We are doing it as a way of doing business, and therefore it creates value for our organization. But broadly, the whole discussion about sustainability is about that development that meets the needs of the future generations without, or rather meet the present needs without compromising the needs of the future generation. Put it in a simple way, we live in a borrowed world. We either leave it better as we found it, or we leave it as we found it. So those are the two options, and you have a duty and responsibility as a business to do that, and along the way make tons and tons of money. And how does this come together? We are talking about the environmental issues, and unfortunately for many years, environmental issues are synonymous to sustainability. The truth of the matter is that it is more than environment. We also have social issues, we have governance issues. But why should we care about this in the first place? It is because it will be able to bring business competitiveness within our business. We'll be able to create more revenues. You'll have new products. You'll have more people giving you their wallet. The question is, if your business is not sustainable, what does that mean in terms of attraction of customers? So indeed, it's a way of creating revenues. It's also a way of cost management. You will be able to manage a lot of cost. For instance, when you turn solar on, when you have energy efficiency, when you have better usage of water, better usage of resources, you will be able to cut your costs. This is also a risk management issue. We are talking these days about the risks, for instance, human rights risk, environmental risk, climate change risk. You can't be able to manage those by embedding sustainability within your business. It also creates reputation. It also gives you that social license to operate. But more importantly, as I said, investors are demanding that you must be able to speak this language. For you to be investor ready, for KCB even to look at you, going forward, KCB will be asking about your sustainability, footprint. It is important that we look at the mega trends that are shaping our world today. Number one, as you go back to your businesses, please reflect on these 5+1 issues. Issue number one is about climate change, and I do hope Biashara Club into the future, they will be able to speak to you about climate change and how that affects your business. It's about technology and innovation. If you are not engaged with technology and innovation, friends, unfortunately, then you cannot be able to be competitive as a business. It's about urbanization and smart cities. Well, how does this have to do with your business? More people are urbanizing. We are having different kind of cities being built. What is your role in regards to that? How is your product or services fitting into that? It's also about the population growth and social change that we are seeing, different things, and including, elements around population growth, element about the needs of the people, about the attitudes of the people. And finally, it's also about the economic growth or lack of thereof, We have many challenges in terms of our economies, but more importantly is that +1. And the +1 is what you call gender and diversity and inclusivity within our organization.
So what is diversity? It's a simple word, English word. It's about the differences that we have, the different people, the different groups that make up our society or organizations. I think in each and every organization, there are people of diverse dimensions, and we look at those dimensions from age, from race, from ethnicity, etc. And diversity is good, as we will come to look at it further down. Inclusion is and these two words are very closely linked, and we'll see about that. Inclusion is about creating an environment where everyone feels respected, regardless of where they've come from, what is their background, what is their status in the community, and also about ensuring that all of us, everyone has an opportunity to participate in all aspects of the society. And it's not just about a feeling, it's about inviting these people, inviting everyone, embracing everyone, and ensuring that they're contributing to the creation of value in our enterprises, in our organizations, and in our society. The two are very intertwined. The two concepts. I think inclusion comes about because we are diverse. I believe if all of us were on similar, which is it would be very unlikely. If we were all homogeneous, then probably there will be very little that needs to be done around inclusivity. And therefore, the diversity, the fact that we are diverse, is what now leads to organizations looking at how do we include, or how do we ensure that all these diverse members of our society or our organization are involved in the aspects of the business or in creating value in our organizations. There are many dimensions of inclusivity, which are quite obvious. Age, we are of different ages. We are young. We have of different age groups, or I don't know how we call it. We have millennials. We have Gen Z. We have all types of categorizations around age, and that's a diverse one form of diversity. The religion, Islam, Christianity, you know all of them. Gender, another very interesting dimension. We used to only talk about true gender, male, female. Now there are very many genders. I was Googling how many genders there are, and I came across about one post that was talking about 72 different genders. I don't know, I know probably 3 or 4, but they are there, and we have to start including or ensuring that we recognize this diversity. These are the inborn characteristics that we have, that we can't change. We can not do anything to change. Our race, our ethnicity, our color, those are things that we cannot change. Those are things that we live with. There is the external, I was about to say gender, but these days people are changing their gender. So it's I think it's no longer an internal, cannot be called internal diversity. External diversity, this is acquired diversity. Things like religion that you can change. Things like your educational background, you can switch or you can build on your level of education to change from, probably you could change your career. I've been an accountant for many years, and now I'm known as a sustainability consultant. Those are changes that one can make in their lives. There is organizational diversity that comes about from our experiences in organizations or our positions in organizations, or what the organizations have shaped us to be. And finally, there is the world view. The world view is about our beliefs, our political inclinations, and that sums up the four types of diversity. It's not necessarily that all these are for the workplace, but workplace diversity is the one that is really talked about. But there are other areas where we need also to look at embracing diversity, not just in the workplace, and we'll see that further down. What is the nexus then between sustainability and diversity? And as we said earlier in the introduction, sustainability has the 3 or 4 pillars, that we talked about, and one of those pillars is society, people, and we cannot talk about people without talking about issues around equity, issues around equality, issues around justice, and one way to bring about equity is through ensuring that we recognize the diversity in our communities and ensure that we are including, or we are bringing everyone to the table, so that we are able to work towards a socially prosperous society, which is what the SDGs are all about. Just to mention, SDGs, there are 17 of them. There are quite a number that are inclined to society. There are some that are inclined to economy. There are some around governance. There are some around environment. And I picked about four that are very particular, which have targets around diversity and inclusion. The first two, which is gender equality and reduced inequalities, that is number 5 and number 10. They aim to promote socioeconomic and political inclusivity and equal opportunities for all, regardless of their diversity dimension, regardless of their age, their ethnicity, their economic status, or their disability. So there are very specific targets in those SDGs, and for organizations like yours that are trying to adopt SDGs, if you can be able to pick specific targets that you can be able to pursue as part of your inclusivity and diversity journey. There's a tendency to just cherry pick SDGs and to be seen to be working towards the global goals. But it is important that we go beyond just picking to go into the target, so that when we are saying that we are advancing this SDG, or we are advancing this agenda of inclusivity, how is it impacting on the global targets, or the global goal of alleviating the challenges of gender equity and reduced inequalities. The other one is education, which SDG number 4 talks of promoting inclusive and equitable quality education for all. We'll see further down that education is one of the key barriers to inclusivity. And if we are able to ensure that at the very early age of our children, that everyone is getting equitable quality education, then we'll be addressing the big challenge of inclusivity. Other areas of diversity that we've seen is around board composition, because it also benefits organizations when you have a board that is diverse in terms of age, in terms of skills, in terms of experiences, in terms of geographical or the different nationalities. It brings different perspectives to the leadership in an organization, and that of course benefits the organization in a number of ways. Customers, yes, we need to recognize that we have diverse customers who probably need different types of services, and I think the banking sector has been very good at picking out different needs of their customers and designing different products. I've seen products targeted to ladies. I've seen products targeted to the Islamic community, and that is one way of trying to ensure that our businesses are ensuring inclusivity of our customers. Another way of ensuring inclusivity is the facilities that we have in our organizations. Again, this has mainly targeted the female gender, who sometimes are disadvantaged because of the fact that they have to juggle between bringing up young ones and work. And there are organizations that have come up with facilities where mothers can come with their babies and feel comfortable working without having to worry too much about their children.